TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Well, we had Saturday night's main event. That was a big deal, and that was on NBC all the time, once a month. The Saturday Night Live time slot. So that was a big deal, but that was only 90 minutes, I think, or 2 hours. But that was a great feeling. But this WrestleManias and WrestleMania, we already had this big thing, WrestleMania 1, so WrestleMania 2, that's when they went from New York to Chicago to LA, and they timed it perfect. That was great. That was a great feeling. Yeah, WrestleMania 2 is great because it came from 3 different places, and the match we had the Bulldogs was great. Even though we lost the match, it was done in a way that anybody could have won that match. And then we chased them around for a year after that and sell out everywhere because they thought, and we thought too, that we were going to get the belts back. So that WrestleMania 2 was fabulous. All the WrestleManias. In fact, you know, I kind of knocked some of the stuff that goes on nowadays, and I said, well, there's too much jumping around and all this, but I will not miss a WrestleMania. I know there's a Royal Rumble coming up, but it's not. I like the WrestleManias because everybody goes out of their way to really put it together for those shows, and they really think about making it all believable, and so that's the granddaddy of all, WrestleMania.
Where do you think the sweet spot is for a card? You know, you see some shows that have 5 matches that do great. Then you have some, you'll see an independent show that has 20 matches on a card or something ridiculous. Like, where's the sweet spot?
Well, WrestleMania, it depends. But I like to have at least 7 matches, 7 to 10 matches. 7, I would say, would be the sweet spot. You have like 4 preliminaries or 3 preliminaries and a special match, and then you have semifinal, or you have 2 main events. Somewhere between 7 and 10 matches. That would be the sweet spot. For WrestleMania, you'd probably have to have more, 15 matches or something. But maybe that's too many. You come to a point where, holy Christ, I think for WrestleMania, let's say 12 matches. For a regular house show, 7 matches. And you gotta, you have to, get the preliminary. I always like to get the preliminaries out of the way. If I was the booker, I'd get the preliminaries out right away and put the baby faces over most of the time, and then get into the main events. Because those are the ones that are pulling the people in.
You guys really saved that portion of the WrestleMania 2 with your match, because the rest of the card, not taking anything away from it.
The Chicago Bear thing with those guys, that was a clusterfuck, for lack of a better term. And there wasn't, what were the other matches on that?
So you had the Battle
We
Royal.
were the main thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
You guys were the main event. You had the NFL versus Wrestlers Battle
Right.
Royal. You had Nikolai Volkov and Corporal Kirshner in a flag match that lasted 2 minutes.
2
I
minutes?
think it was a 2-minute match.
Oh my God.
And the opener was Fabulous Moolah and Velvet McIntyre, which also went 1:30.
Oh my God, I never knew that.
Velvet McIntyre had a wardrobe malfunction, so Moolah just pinned her in the match. It just ended.
Oh my God. So it was the football wrestler battle royal, and it was the Bulldogs and Dream Team.
And you guys.
That was the main part.
That was it.
I never realized that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess Vince, it turned out really good for McMahon, WWF, but, it's kind of like they spread themselves kind of thin there. It was Piper and Mr. T in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Hogan and Bundy in L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the cage thing out there.
What a concept, though. What a deal.
Did you ever talk to Roddy Piper about his issues with Mr. T, or did he ever say anything backstage about that at the time? I heard that they didn't really get along as well.
Well, Mr. T was blocking everything Roddy wanted to do, and Roddy was a boxer, Golden Globe boxer before he became a wrestler. So Roddy knew how to box, and a couple times he would fuck around with me, and the guy had some quick fists. So I think they had a little confrontation there. Confrontation, yeah. Definitely.
I guess it worked out.
But it worked out.
Good TV.
You know, Piper laid him in a couple times, and Mr. T saw that he ain't going to push Piper around. And T wasn't that good of a boxer anyway. He was an actor, So it worked out.
That's good.
You saw some potatoes, and you could see when you watched the match that they weren't too pleased with each other. But it was entertaining, especially for the boys,
TitleMatchNetwork.com